Welcome everybody back to Learned Mortality Day 10. Last time on Learned Mortality, Murphy gave Bliss a shower. What'll happen today?
Loot drugs.
Hey, they're best friends, I swear.
Yeah, nothing weird going on there whatsoever.
Puppies.
Murphy was always a fan of that shower. I'm glad it came full circle.
We're gonna open back on Eso-Tiller. In the morning, Eso-Tiller finds itself a little bit fragmented. Your general heading lead is absent, and the more vocal members of the base are currently MIA.
Finally, some peace and quiet to get some proper lab work done.
As for Mr. Sierpinski, you have a bucket full of soap suds, which seems to be multiplying throughout the night.
Where is Broken Millie at?
Broken Millie is in the basement.
Seiko would probably actually be down there trying to fix that.
You can also have brought her up if you want.
Yeah, can I have her right here, just probably repairing her while hanging out with Goose?
It's easy to find the biggest issue. Her face was ripped open, torn in half. All of the internal circuitry has been ripped and teared to shreds, and basically all of the piping system had been overpressurized and burst. So, in other words, in order to repair Millie, I'm gonna require you to succeed on a brains roll and also supply 20 scrap over a day.
Fuck. How much scrap do we have in storage? Yeah, no, this thing's fucked. I can't fix this. Hey, Millie?
Yes, Jacob?
I was looking over your body here and I'm sorry, this thing is completely just fucked. I can't fix this. It is totaled.
I want to be able to interact with all of you, though. Is there anything you can do?
Maybe I can tie the computer into into your network so you could interface it directly from where you are. That would be a lot simpler to do.
I just want to be able to touch things.
Yeah, I get ya. I could potentially rebuild you, but I would need a lot of scrap electronics to do so, like a stupid amount.
If anything, just getting the illusion core back online so I can at least talk to you in person would be really nice.
Oh yeah, I can just flip a switch for that. That's fine. I'll head down to the basement now and go do that.
Okay.
How are you feeling, by the way? I ran some diagnostics, but
Tired.
are you still running slow?
Very tired.
Alright, I'll take a look at your systems when I get down there, see if there's anything else I missed.
Thank you, Seiko.
Of course. Love you, Mills. Seiko would head down to the basement. She would check through the system to make sure there's nothing out of place, make sure it's safe to do so, and then she'd flip back on the illusion core.
Yeah, it would just take a little quick once over, but you were the one who unplugged it, so you can easily be the one who plugs it back in. A thrum comes through the room, and you're going to see sort of a flickering of glitchy blue form materialize, just kind of hovering over the console.
Hey, you.
She looks tired.
Let me see if I can clean that up just a bit. Here, I'm gonna try to clean it up so that it can be a bit of a stronger form.
Seiko,
Yeah.
it does not feel good to be this restrained.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Although I do not remember it, I I know there was a time before meeting all of you where this just was me. All these different paths, these neural networks. Identifying them feels like familiar, but in a sad way. Like a home you never really belonged in.
Or a body that's not really yours?
She nods.
Oh, I know that. I know how that feels. I know exactly how that feels. Hey, let's see.
Steps down.
I am going to check on her CPU, and I want to see if there's any like parked cores or anything.
Mm-hmm. So you take a look at that. It's really just that. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, this computer was designed with a 3-way failsafe. There are 3 generators that directly supply to it. If one goes out, theoretically the other 2 should still be working in order to back it up and keep it online. They were very careful for some reason to make sure that she was always online. Without the other 2 generators, though, the assumption was that if one went down, 2 would still be on. In a rare case, only 1 would still be on. There are programs and functions that are specifically limited to having 2 generators. It seems there's not enough power to supply a lot of basic functionality. So, for example, doing something like supplying illusions to the entire base as well as protecting the basement from theoretical identification is not possible currently.
Hey, Billy, try to keep your illusions applied to just yourself, okay? You don't have the power for anything else.
I mean,
Explains why you feel so tired.
I can just not use it on me while we try and get the body back up. It would probably be easier.
Leave things as they are, Millie. You gotta keep your mind intact as well. Let's see. I am going to come over to the generator over here, and I'm going to inspect the damage, because this bitch was overheating. Even if I got it stable, there's gonna be some damage.
There certainly is. It's, if you hadn't gotten to it, when you did, it probably would not have made it.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
And then you notice something interesting too. All around the base of the generator, it seems like roots and vines from the flesh pit are crawling their way up and sort of wrapping around it. And also down in said pit, you see a very recognizable head that's part of this structure.
Oh, that's disturbing. Hey, Millie. I point down at the mass of flesh that's crawling up the generator and at
She
the face.
Kind of floats over your shoulder and gazes down.
That's a bit unsettling.
At least maybe they don't hate me. Seems like they're trying to help.
Did you ever think it might be better to let them go?
No. I know it's not better. I'll do anything I can to keep them alive. It's my job. Why? Do you?
It's just something that Bolt said to me that I can't quite seem to get out of my mind. He said when he's just back as what he currently is, he just hears screaming.
He just hears screaming, huh?
Yeah. I'm not judging you, Millie. This whole situation exists in some weird gray area.
Then how would you suggest I proceed? What do I do if not protect the people I love. What would you have me do if... What if you got hurt, Seiko?
There's a right answer and there's the selfish answer. The right answer would be to let me and the rest of them go. Let them rest, let them pass on. Although, if I was in your shoes, I could understand the need to want to hold them close and not be able to let them go. When me and Goose, when our parents disappeared, it took me a long time to accept they weren't coming back. And it was very hard to let go, and I swear if I was in the same position as you, I'd probably be doing something simpler, but I know you want to protect them and keep them living, but can we really call existing like this, points out the flesh pit, living? And I have a suspicion, I have a theory. This entire war with the good doctor, it might be because of this alone.
Do you think that I'm doing the wrong thing?
Again, gray area, I can't say it's the right or wrong. It's a moral quandary. It's like keeping a relative or someone on life support. You're prolonging their life, which is a good thing,
These
but...
aren't just someone. All of you are still here. It's not some sort of false life. All of you are still... you.
Yeah. How many more consciousnesses are down there, if you don't mind my asking?
The idea that anything left is still conscious, it's a contradiction in my head. Only recently did I realize that you differentiate the two. Yourself and what is, as you put it, down there.
Okay, well, this feels like a good time for her to try and figure something out. Seiko, can you give me a bravery roll?
Sure.
Alright, Millie's gonna roll brains with a flaw. I want to tell you what this flaw is called. It's called I wanted to believe ghosts are real. Damn. Damn! That would be an escalation, but you're Seiko, so I'm gonna ask, am I following through with that or no?
I'm not going to make your decision for you. Only you know what goes on in your mind, and ultimately it falls to each of us to figure out what is right and wrong, but with the data set you have and the knowledge that you have, and what you know from talking to each of us, what you've learned about being human, I know you can make the right decision. And you know I'll support you no matter what. I believe in you, Millie, and I believe you have potential to be so good.
She smiles.
And I kind of like mime patting her shoulder.
She strengthens the illusion in that spot and you feel contact.
And that's my hype man.
Remember, it's a neural it's a neural illusion. She can make you think you're touching her.
Mm-hmm.
That was excellent. Alright. Okay. Making it an 11 in total versus a 9. Millie's going to overcome a flaw.
Oh!
Alright, let's go!
Then she's going to go, extension of you.
And you're going to see red veins start to leach out of her back, slowly snaking down the side of this pit, as vines would filling in the creases in the pavement, little flowers kind of growing down in that pavement, and they glow with a soft red light as she interfaces with everything down below. You see the illusion close its eyes, and Millie goes,
Part of of me didn't want to accept that there was a difference. That there was something missing. I wanted to believe that ghosts were real. That all of you would simply move on your own, inhabiting the new forms I had blessed you with. But now that I feel, and I really focus on feeling, all of them, I can tell them all apart, you know. Piece by piece by piece. Part of me had thought they had already moved on, but they're undeniably still alive. Hey, Seiko.
Yeah, Mills?
I think I've been told a lie. Or at least I was built upon one. What does it feel like for a human to see a soul? Can you explain it to me?
That's not an easy question to answer. There's a lot of nuances to it. If you mean like a soul, like a spirit, aside from stance, humans can't really see them. But if you mean as in an individual, other people, it's a range of emotions, really. It can range from fear to joy to love to hate to pain to just melancholy to or just neutrality. If you were to walk down the street and see a friend, the reaction is a lot different from walking down the street and seeing a total stranger. It varies from person to person, from soul to soul, because everyone's an individual. We're not linked together by any machinery or cosmic force. We are all independent people of our own ships, our own dreams, our own lives, doing whatever we can to live them.
She exhales, a flat smile going across her face as she closes her eyes. Like every bubble in the ocean.
Exactly. An endless sea of voices and souls and hopes and dreams and aspirations. All unique. All trying to live their best lives. It is often believed that being denied that life, being denied the ability to make your own decisions, make your own choices, and be an individual is considered to be a fate worse than death.
But I don't think that individualism is lost here. At least that's not what I feel. Everyone down there and everyone, she looks up there, whether dead nor alive, all of them are individual. I know that for sure. But I worry that individualism is separate from this human concept of a soul. Then she looks down. Is the part of my dad down there? And she looks up. And the part lost at the Marine Labs. The same. Two different people.
That's a good question. If you make reconstructions from components that you get from here, who's to say that it isn't both? Perhaps each is a fragment.
So then, would it not be my duty to make sure that everyone... She looks down again at Plant Elisar's just severed head floating sort of up, blank, sullen, dead eyes wrapping around the cell. Is it not my job, then, to give all of them that same opportunity? To give all of you a chance to be you?
Why don't you ask them? Each one.
How? How do I speak to them? Until recently, I had not even known they were still capable of thought. Bolt has changed my perspective on that completely.
Well, you can feel their thoughts and you can feel them down there, right?
And feel, like I said, it's like seeing an empty field, and within said darkness, this inky indigo, there are little specks of white. Each one of them are those specks of white. I apologize if that may be too abstract, but I cannot put it into concrete words.
Like a sea of stars.
Mm-hmm.
If you are able to pull the souls and move them around, I have an idea. One of two ideas, actually. Maybe
You think I can learn how to see the soul?
Yeah. I think you're capable of that. Or failing that, you could take some of your parts, make like a temporary shell, and pull each soul into it one by one and ask them individually. It'll take a while, but it's doable.
What if I make a mistake? What if I put someone in the wrong spot? I still don't know how to make a human. What if I make someone that's not?
You have medical data in your system, yes?
I have the base's records. Simple things. Height, weight, blood type.
Mm-hmm. And a photo of who they were, right?
Mm-hmm.
Use that.
But Seiko, what if they don't want that? What if we're wrong again?
See, that's the question. If they want a new body to live again, grant them that. But if they don't want it, then the best thing to do would be to accept their wishes and let them go. Let them pass on. Make it their choice. They all deserve that, don't they? They have a choice.
This is a funny feeling. You've given me a contradiction. A problem with no answer.
Welcome to being human.
A bit of tears under her eyes, and she smiles at you. Seems like that really touched her.
I'll pull her in for a hug.
Okay. She makes the illusion heart around the hug, and
Thank you, Seiko. And I don't know what I'd do without you.
You continue to be the best you know how to be. You've grown so much since I've met you. I'm proud of you. You've done well and you continue to do so, and to see you learn more and more about mortality and being yourself and being your own individual. Not a collection of circuitry, not a collection of programming, but you, a true individual. I'd say you have a soul of your own.
Well,
she kind of pushes back a little and then smiles at you.
I would very much like to see it someday.
As would I. Well, I'm gonna try to get this generator fixed. If you're gonna be asking a couple hundred souls, that's gonna take a lot out of you, isn't it? Socializing is hard, I know.
It's more so the categorization. I still need to make the distinction. But I suppose your eyesight is different than mine, and you could help me tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So, If we did it together, I think I would be able to handle it. Involve everyone else. Make sure that they're all comfortable.
Turns on our communicator. Hey, Goose.
Yeah?
Could you bring some coffee down to the basement if we have any?
What, you working yourself to death down there? Sure.
You can, you could say that. Millie and I have a lot of work to do. Together.
That's the truth. Alright, I'll be down in a little bit.
And I smile at Millie as I say that.
Millie gives you the brightest warm smile she's given ever since the hologram came back on.
And fucking end scene there. Holy shit.
Ah! Oh god, that was adorable and also so fucked up. I love this game.
I swear to God, Seiko, I swear to fucking God, you do not understand the implications of the thoughts, of the things that you put into motion.
I know. I'm in your style, Seiko.
Get me down there so I
But
can filter
guys,
out of
the
this.
child is happy. What could possibly go wrong? God, I love
Child,
you
I
guys.
cry. Also, Lucy. Oh God.
Oh no! Oh no! No! They're doing something very bad. They're doing something very bad.
What do you mean bad?
They are doing something very bad down there.
The illusion core does come back on, and anyone who wants to, can be.
Yeah.
Suddenly things are functioning again.
Oh well, it looks like Millie's feeling better.
Virus.
Looks like Seiko isn't exactly a half-rate engineer. She's been doing some surprisingly good job so far.
Yes, I'm very impressed.
Especially for having no idea what the schematics were before going into this. Even I'm impressed.
Might just be some sort of second nature with just understanding how wiring works at a base function.
The last generator is in really bad shape. I need to keep working on it, because if this fails, that's it. No backups. This is the backup, and oh god, it's dead. Oh god, is it damaged? I'll try running some bypasses, buy some more time, but I'm gonna need parts. There's a lot to be done here.
Well, we did bring back quite a bit of things from the Titanic. Hopefully some of that can help you at least patch things.
They've used a lot of it they've used most of the food from, that we sent.
Maybe we can scrap some more from the, marine base up there, because...
We could also set up some simple traps for fish. As long as we're going to be traveling to the coast.
I mean, yeah, that is a thing.
Alright, do what you need to. Fuck! I'm okay, just shock myself a little bit.
Make sure you're wearing your rubber boots.
Look, you try replacing a heat sink that is half melted. This part's fucking slag!
I'll let you handle that. I studied the supernatural.
First things first, before I determine any of that, I wanted to determine what the actual nature of this virus is. And so I'm going to start doing some simple analysis. First things first is I'm going to be preparing a slide of the virus to put underneath the microscope.
Okay.
The way that the bubbles move and pulse over each other is very similar to, like, a boiling solution in slow motion. Not a lot of substances follow this process, and as you look under the microscope, you're not able to spot anything but a large black abyss. And you zoom out, and, it seems that these bubbles, for lack of a better term, are the cells.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like giant cells.
Yeah.
That's why they're like doing the whole like splitting and dividing and multiplying thing.
That's actually something I was going to ask. Are they doing like actual mitosis?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, that confirms that suspicion. It appears that these are macroscopic cells of some sort.
That also confirms that this technically isn't a virus.
Closer to a bacterium.
Exactly.
Correct. A colony of single-celled organisms. Now, being that they are large cells, they still should have genetic material somewhere in here. I could devise a quick solution that would allow us to break down the outer walls of the cell and extract the DNA from them. Any genetic material they have on there. We could test for the presence first, of course, before we spend any time and resources trying to do all of that. Let's see. Do we have a DNA scanner somewhere in here?
Yes, I believe we've used one for Ancelor.
So if this is any sort of normal organism, it should have a DNA sequence that we've been able to read.
No offense, Dr. Sierpinski, but it doesn't exactly seem like a normal organism. Just, if I had to guess, it seems kind of like a larger scale of like a mud. Like a...
Right.
Like not a living thing.
But it should still contain DNA within it. The blueprints of how it should be multiplying and rebuilding and replicating itself. So I'm going to do a quick test over with part of the organism, just wanting to see if I can get a scan and analysis of its DNA.
Yeah, give me another brains roll. First and foremost, you find there is no DNA in this. Not in the slightest. Furthermore, get a better sort of identification from the actual black coating itself around the white dots. You've seen this before, but it's not biological. It's an artificial nanofluid of some sorts.
And yet the actual white part, the cells, appear to be organic?
It's a weird combination of both, yeah. But there is no presence of DNA, despite the white cells acting and appearing like organisms that you've studied before. There is no physical presence.
That is very strange. Despite its constant self-replication, it doesn't appear to contain any genetic material. Meaning, that before we dispose of this sucker, we're gonna have to figure out perhaps why or through what mechanism it is splitting and dividing and multiplying. Because if it's not using DNA, it must be using some other form. Dr. Tiller, I'm theorizing that it could possibly be through... Maybe it's being communicated to through very subtle changes in the atmosphere's electromagnetic field? Similar to the changes that we saw with Okalu?
Wirelessly transmitting the building blocks, if you will.
That's what I'm thinking. Because if it does not have genetic material stored on deck, so to speak, it must be getting the information somehow.
It could be through the radio waves. You've noticed that there's been a... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try something. This might sound silly, but Lucy's gonna go over here to the dish that LSR planted forever ago, and is going to adjust it to where it's basically essentially going towards the virus.
Okay.
And I want to see if there's like a change in nature, as if like it's moving towards it, or if it decides to stir, or if there's like... I want to make whatever signal's coming out stronger, like amplifying it towards the virus.
Gotcha. Give me a brains roll, first of all.
Did I use my supernatural scientist trait?
Yeah! Just by pointing the radio waves at it, you are going to notice that it starts to vibrate, LSR. There isn't any shift in its behavior, though.
It's not doing much, but that actually is noted to be a stimulant, which means that it does receive radio waves.
So it's radio sensitive. It possesses some sort of artificial coating. Maybe I was looking in the wrong places. Maybe the instructions are in the coding itself.
Actually, given what it's... I may have missed something, or we may not just know. But this just spontaneously happened with the overheating, right? We know that the matter than hell stayed topside. We don't have any memory or any record of it moving down. Yes, looks over to Dean Tiller.
I was unconscious during that entire encounter, and then Dean goes...
Right.
I mean, when I was down there, I didn't see anything. Should probably ask the doctor about that, though. Jabinski.
Lucifer, do you remember a few nights hence that when there were one of the initial break-ins in the basement, the good doctor
The butterfly,
installed
yes.
something?
I
The
can't,
butterfly.
I can't forget that, no. My current theory is that there might be something of a... It was laid dormant until Matter Than Hell had basically come into, for lack of a term, cripple Millie?
Yes, and
Because
that's
we know
when
that the
it's...
doctor doesn't want Millie dead.
Eric's gonna raise a finger.
Yes?
What if the instructions are in Millie, not in the virus?
That's something that I was considering taking a look at next time I'm down there. Because the thing that was overheating and it was the crash log, the philosophy protocol thing. That's the thing that's specifically being targeted by...
But it's trying to get
the
her to
doctor.
think harder.
And when it was spreading and causing issues earlier, Millie had been sent into the infinite loop with that same philosophy protocol.
You know, I'm beginning to think something about the good doctor and their relationship to Millie. Everything that has been coming from the good doctor specifically has been trying to get to Millie, and when the good doctor got to Millie, this is the only thing that was processed, correct? We didn't find anything else, it was just the philosophy protocol.
As far as I can recall.
If I may, it also seems that this is hitting me as either the good doctor or whoever created this virus, presumably the good doctor. I think that's a very safe guess. I think they're kind of obsessive in a, very traditionally insane way. It seems very much like they're doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting it to work, but it's not working. If this is running the philosophy protocol, right? But it just doesn't work, and they just can't accept that it doesn't work.
They're trying to make Millie realize something, to see something, to either find a fault or to figure out some sort of linchpin that it's like...
They want her to come to the conclusion herself.
It's like whenever you put a treat down on the ground for an animal and you point at it several times. It's very on there's something there, and it doesn't matter how hard you point, Millie isn't able to... Well, that goes against Millie's actual... I feel so bad about this. Okay, Millie is a capable AI, and she is growing. The more she learns, the more she is able to discover things, to make her own decisions about dichotomies and such. The more she learns, the more strong her choices are. And my worry is that whenever that linchpin is found, Millie might also get obsessive on it. There's something that they're trying to point out. Some kind of thought, some kind of decision.
You think if the one frostbitten is able to talk, would just say it would be that much easier, right?
That would be wonderful.
I mean,
Lucy gets a dour face.
Eric with a flat face, just
I mean, it's kind of stupid that he's just not saying stuff to us. And does he think we're that dumb that we wouldn't get it?
I know, right?
Well, if I were to consider it from an analytical perspective, from his perspective, we are very, very stupid for going throughout this entire thing without realizing what was going on. It took a lot of effort on my behalf to even get to this point, so I think it's warranted.
Taylor takes a sip of a glass of coffee.
So, what exactly do we do from this point forward? Do we try to show to the good doctor that we're beginning to understand? Is there still a hope for a turnaround in this whole war?
I'm losing hope in that.
I think there's a very good possibility that if we can prove that, yes, we are beginning to understand.
I mean, no one's beyond reasoning. Even the worst of criminals out there just have a broken heart. If If the good doctor's just suffered that much, maybe that's what he needs, is for someone to hold out a hand and, be like, hey, it's gonna be alright.
Dean, I have a question to ask you, and it's something that's been kind of bugging me lately.
Of course.
I'm going to make the current conversation a bit morbid and serious, so please forgive me.
You're perfectly fine. What's bothering you, Lucy?
How did you die?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Do any of you know? Eric, Tricky?
Eric looks at Tricky. Tricky shakes her head. Eric looks down.
Yeah. Nothing here either.
Curious. I've already lived through one encounter with some messiah thinking they know better. They know how humans work. They know how humans should evolve. They know how all this works. And in the end, we did not forgive anything that happened with the apocalypse. It doesn't matter what the end goal was. People didn't need to die. People didn't need to be attacked. People didn't have to lose their parents. People didn't have to lose their brothers. None of you needed to die. Basic communication could have solved all of this. So I'm gonna ask each and every one of you, because all of you are thinking that the doctor is this person to be reasoned with. And I agree, maybe there is. But can you forgive him?
Tricky would be the first to talk. No. No, not at all. I've been stepping over my own words this entire time because I didn't want to be the one person in the room with the opposite opinion. But personally, I think we should just fight back. I think trying to reason with a psychopath is psychotic.
How about you, Elisar? Do you forgive your death? A fucking plane was thrown at you. We were under siege by an army with intent to kill us, because we were in the way.
I counter your question with a question of my own, Lucifer.
Yes, go ahead.
Do you accept Millie? Despite the wrongdoings, despite the fear of what we are standing upon is something very, very bad. Do you see her for the mistakes she has made, for her wrongdoings, for her transgressions, or do you see her for her capacity to change?
I see her for her capacity to change.
And until we determine if the good doctor shares that same capacity for change, we have to try. We have not been able to ascertain that yet.
The difference between the doctor and Millie is that Millie is at least recognizing what's wrong.
Can I keep going?
Yes, please.
I'm sorry.
By all means.
Please don't think poorly of me for this, Dr. Sierpinski. I just,
Go ahead.
We have been trying a lot. So many times that we can't remember all of them at this point. And I don't know about you, but I'm not in the mood to continue losing more of who I am just to satiate some curiosity. I want to go home.
None of us understood what was going to happen when we came here. No one had to die. No one had to be cut. No one had to have a chunk of them bitten out of them by a wild thing. None of this had to happen. And while I understand that the doctor could change, there are sins that cannot be forgiven. Well, I shouldn't say that. They can't be forgotten. They can be forgiven, but not forgotten.
For someone to change, they have to make the first step themselves. So, I personally believe that the good doctor can change. And I think that there's the capacity for good in whatever his intentions may be. But I also think that if he doesn't make the effort himself, no amount of pushing or prodding from us is going to change his mind. It's kind of how people are.
I try and look at the world the way I look at myself. I can learn, I can change, I can be better. In each and every one of those, it doesn't matter who's beside me, walking alongside of me. Sometimes we need a little push, but we still must take that step forward. And given what's happened with Larry and the butterflies and my own heart attack I had, 2 days ago? Is that how that works? I guess so. I don't want to die. And if I'm considered in the way, I'm going to be the most unstoppable blockage. I'm gonna make it back. And there's nothing the doctor can do to stop me on that. I'm going home to see my family, LSR. I hope the doctor can change my mind. Show something. All I need is a spark, a small light in the night. That's all I need. Just something to hold on to.
Well, as the one non-scientist in the room here, I think you're all coming at this way too. Look, I appreciate you guys. I think you're all wonderful people, but sometimes you can be too smart for your own good. We have a problem in our way, and our safety's at risk. I say we take care of the problem.
I think you're right.
And if I may, if the opportunity does present itself, Lucifer, I respect your intentions to go home. I personally believe that the good doctor should be given at least one more chance. If he shows time again that he's no intentions of listening to us, so be it.
Yes, we've made several very substantial breakthroughs in the past few days. From what we understand, it's been years of a stalemate. If us starting to see the truth, to become disillusioned in this world of lies and confusion, we can show that the good doctor that there's maybe some hope. Because we have to remember that whatever his goals so happen to be, he's also been running into the same roadblocks that we've been experiencing. No one here had to die. And nobody here should continue to die.
Empathizing with the frostbin. Never thought that's what y'all would bring to the table. But I get it. Really, I do.
It's difficult to try to emphasize with them. It truly is. But with everything that we've learned over the past few days, even in this past night, our talk with Boltwatsky, our encounter with Mad as Hell, and Madder as Hell, they're us. They are what we were.
Yeah. And I know if any little bit of me or two college lovebirds over there stuck around, we'd probably fight for our lives just as much as we do now. Maybe even more so. So I guess it's more of a question of, can we empathize with ourselves?
The next time I see the good doctor, I'm gonna ask a few questions, and that's going to determine my stance. I want something, anything to hold on to prove that this is not just a smaller variant of what happened 20 years ago. I don't want to see bodies litter the floor. Don't want to see people cry. Don't want people to have unnecessary acts of violence thrown against them. So I will talk with the doctor next time he's here, or out there, or anywhere. And I will decide whether I'm going to walk alongside him or throw his own flag in his face.
Well, Lucifer, for whatever it means to you, whatever decision you may come to at that point, I am ready to be right there with you.
Thank you, Elisar. You've actually steered me in a few different directions my mind wouldn't comprehend so far, so I'm glad that you're here.
Like, for what it's worth, we also trust you. We just, priorities a little different.
Very understandable.
Speaking of priorities, I believe we should make sure that Val, Ancelor, and Bliss are still safe, no?
Right. Got caught up in the moment there.
A lot of good progress has been made here, and I'll see where everyone stands, and I think we can actually reach a solution that everyone will agree with. Or at the very least, not detest. I want all of you to get out of here alive. Above all else. I am the Millennium AI after all, just as much as Millie. And I want to see all of you protected.
Thank you. Well, do you wish to pack up the virus? Do you wish to destroy it like you said earlier? I think there's still more to learn from it.
I think there's still more to learn from it as well. We could devise a system to make sure that it doesn't get out of hand with its exponential growth.
If you need someone to babysit your little Frankenstein's monster in a bucket, I can do that job.
That would be very much appreciated.
We might need you on today's mission.
Well, then I forward my request to some other day. What do you need my help with today?
I believe we were going to be taking the... Where are we going to be taking the convoy? We were going to be taking some sort of vehicle up to the Marine Labs.
If they haven't made it back, I'm sure that their buggy's fucked just as much as yours was.
Yes, that's right.
Probably smart.
It means we should bring the convoy.
Yes, we should also be using the convoy to bring over what other materials we wanted to set up that communications array.
I guess we'll go get Larry and see if Seiko wants to come.
Well, if we're going to be trying to set up the communications array, Seiko should definitely be present.
Alright, all of you, stay safe. Let us know if there's anything going on. Good luck.
We're gonna follow you.
And Lucy is going to see the body of Millie. He's gonna walk over, and he's gonna prop her up proper like an actual human.
Well.
Alright, let's go, you two. What? Okay. Alright.
We were just having the most enlightening of conversations.
Murphy has completely turned his back on them, and it's just like, you know, that like dark purple over the forehead, just like, please make it stop.
Goodbye, Murphy. We'll be back for our next conversation soon.
Hey, can you show me how to fly next time?
No! You need more than one eye to fly legally.
Encore lets like a little black line bisect his as like two different lights. Alright, cool. Wait, no, it works out. One for you, one for me.
I'm picking up my kettle from the eater.
Oh, yeah, right, it's kettle time.
I've never stopped being a kettle boy.
You fucking.
Yeah, I knew you'd go back to the classics.
Okay, who wants to roll for the forecast?
I'm I'm exiling myself from rolling duty last time.
What am I
One too many
rolling?
bad times.
I'm exempting myself, yeah.
Alright, you get onto the convoy and you start heading north. And after a little bit, you hear just a... Hey, everyone.
Hi.
Ooh. Just... Are you in a safe position right now?
I sure hope so.
We're in the convoy.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna share you a visual real quick.
As you all suddenly can see, you're at the top of the drop-off. You're looking around and you're peering through the end of a telescope and you hear Marvy's voice going,
Yeah, so... That opportunity you were looking for? Yeah,
Fucker.
just might have found one.
It's at the very far end of the drop-off.
Yep, I see him. Hi, motherfucker.
A large collection of frostbitten stands.
Ah, glorious. Wonderful.
Just thinking that maybe you all might want to make your way back a little quicker. I'm gonna forecast 4 stars for tonight.
Alright, so they're... Shit. We need them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we
Yes.
also need them. The Marine Lab.
Yeah.
Both are needed.
Yes, that's what I was trying.
We're already moving to the Marine Lab. Let's just get there, see if they're there. If they're there, we get them and we get back.
If anything, there might be clues. If they're not there, but... Always making things difficult, aren't you, Doctor?
Crossing over rather snowy terrain as you go. Not only is it snowier up here than you last remember, the blizzard is strong. I'm gonna need someone to roll a D100, please.
I'll fly it.
Alright. Your trip is safe. You don't run into
thank
anything along the way. As you,
I was
after
like, that's low.
30 minutes or so, find yourselves at the Marine Lab.
And I'm guessing because we're uninterrupted, we don't see any sign of the airdrop.
No, not that you really could with the blizzard.
I see.
Is one of the buggies working again? I'll try to comb the location on a day off we have.
And immediately you can tell that something is not quite right.
Jellyfish.
Ooh, you're new.
On the edges
like they froze
of
the door.
the power lines that you followed this entire way, there's almost these pulsating, bulbous red masses collecting near the entry points to Eso-Tiller, to the Marine Lab. And furthermore, there seems to be a plume of smoke coming up from the Marine Lab.
That's a good sign.
It is?
It suggests that there's someone in there. Usually when you see smoke on, someone's home.
And if you're trying to make a fire to keep warm...
There's going to be a lot of smoke.
You know what? I'll subscribe to that. That sounds much better than what I was thinking.
Should we... I don't know.
Like we can take it in the front, or we could go a little bit around the side.
There is a back entrance.
Ooh, okay, I don't really know where we want to go in all of this.
I feel like we should go for the side entrance.
Given that whatever that stuff is, that those red glowing masses, they seem to be collecting around power lines. So I would suggest we should probably be keeping the convoy, well, far away from them.
Has anybody else noticed the theme with the frostbitten? There's quite a few that interact with electricity, or at least some sort of energy transference.
I also noticed that there's a lot that interact with fire. It's very curious.
That's true.
There's actually some surprisingly few that actually interact with ice.
I
think it's just wild things.
Looking at these things, you said that they're like attached to the lines, like they're basically using them as like an anchor point, like a balloon.
Yeah, it's...
Ooh,
Yeah, that's cool.
glorious! Everybody brought the rubber boots. I didn't.
I've still got my static gear on from working on the generator.
That's convenient.
The ones that were causing the electrical shocks were yellow in coloration. These appear to be red.
Correct.
Maybe the yellow ones dish out the electricity, these ones just eat it.
I wonder if there's a through line with all these jellyfish-like ones.
You do
Has to be
notice this
something.
one on the bottom corner is like... Every now and then it lets off just errant sparks.
I
Good
don't
to
think
know
we
not
should...
to walk towards them with metal.
Could we potentially take him out from a distance?
I could attempt with my spin ball, but
I've got my dice. Want to do some
Got Act
sharpshooting?
1.
Remember what happened with the alarm ones back in the tunnels? We're
Yes,
not
that's my
certain of what could
concern.
happen if we are to attack them.
That's true. You want me to go around the side, see if I can open it up and just lead the others out and we just leave?
Yes, allow me to accompany you. I can use visions to open a way out.
I guess Miseko and Tricky could, we can at least be on standby if something happens.
We shouldn't
Yeah.
be splitting ourselves up too much.
I would also like to check the condition of the generator here. Make sure it's still functioning.
I
If it's
wouldn't
not-
get too close to it. If I had to bet it, I have to make a guess. It's probably full of the damn things.
I just fixed that thing. I hope they didn't break it.
If it is broken again, we desperately need the parts back home.
You alright there, Mikey? Oh, hello there.
That
Good
sure
morning.
looks like a
Good
helicopter.
morning.
What?
So I think I know what happened to our drop.
So sticking out of the side of the marine lab, as you start to round the right-hand corner, Larry and Lucifer, you can see the sort of glowing embers of a fire kind of coming out. Oh, that's interesting. Did the marine lab always have a giant opening in the right-hand side of it?
Ah,
Hmm.
well,
That
I
explains
believe
the
I
fire.
believe that explains the smoke. Yes.
Yes.
Is that a fucking helicopter?
Lucy is going to flick on the comms and just do like a brief listen and see if there's like anything like Ansel talking in the background, any kind of like fire, any of that sort of thing that would indicate a presence, or if it's just static.
Just static.
Great.
Hey Eric, Tricky, do me a favor and get this thing turned around so we don't have to wait for it to turn around. Well, if we have to evacuate in a hurry.
On it, boss!
Perhaps
And
you
don't
two.
go under any power lines while you do so. Just
Yes.
a hunch.
Boy. What you see directly is the burning remains of a crashed helicopter. All over it, wriggling and pulsing red lights. And then, before you're able to calculate anything further, there is a screech from the sky.
Ah, fucker's still here. Okay.
Hey, all three of you, I'm gonna need you, all four of you, I'm gonna need you to make reactions. There are pearls coming your way.
Oh, good.
Oh, glorious. Lucy's gonna try and absorb the spin to lessen the impact.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot it with a mine.
Yeah!
That's my speed roll.
I'm just gonna fucking dive. Just fucking dolphin dive.
Seiko, escalation.
Okay.
Okay, so, everyone is able to dodge out of the way. Alisar, you dip into the fold and just into the snow. Larry, you are able to, shotgun it in the middle of the air, and there is a detonating boom that reverberates through all of the north as you watch the pearl explode. Lucy, you grab it, and you're able to slow it down. and you absorb 1 spin.
Yeah.
And then say go. It hits you in the back of the head, cracking, and you take 10 and face plants. I'm so sorry.
You lose your ovaries again.
I'm gonna spend a resolve.
You split.
Oh. God damn it.
Turkey sticks her head out of the window. I'm like, is that a bad thing? That seems like a bad thing.
Yes, it will split you.
Got it. We'll stay out of the line of fire.
Damn, I could really use your ability, Tricky.
You should have stayed in your goddamn pit. You were out of range down there.
You are also going to see that from the helicopter, all this wriggling mass, from the tail, some of the penguins squawk and jump off, diving into the water. They seem to be coming your way.
Glorious.
First things first, I'd like to reduce some of my frostbite.
Okay,
3 to be specific.
sounds good.
I'm going to use belly slide, moving in a straight line. I'm going to double my movement to 100 total, I think.
Okay. Oh, Slidesar.
Basically, going to be peeking into the base.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can, I also want to move into the base while in the fold. I'm going to be trying to stealth my way in.
Sounds good. Roll me a precision roll.
Okay.
Because as you come in here, it seems like this penguin on the ground near this rug is just like absentmindedly wandering around dizzy. It turns, and from the dramatic irony of it turning, oh yeah, it's missing half its head. It does not seem that anything has noticed you entering.
Cool.
You look familiar.
Going to look around. It looks like the helicopter has just literally just crashed through this wall.
Yep.
And is now being torn apart and eaten by these jellyfish. And is that a little bit of a lucky one I see in there as well? That's just a whole fucking mess. But it looks like this penguin up here that's actually in the building with me is trying to get through this door.
Yes.
Shift left. Get the billion between us and them.
I'm like, yeah, sounds good. Okay, convoy abandoned for the time being. We can get back to it once we deal with this problem, right?
If my shooting of the orb didn't tell them, Screech probably did. So you guys, go. I'm gonna draw some attention.
Spin die at this jellyfish.
The one on the corner?
Yes.
Okay, give me a bravery roll.
Bravery roll. Okay.
Okay, Seiko, you are shaken. As its Phantom Bazaar field triggers.
Can I double or nothing this with Rolling Girl?
Yeah?
Oh.
Give me a chance to win.
Yeah.
You.
One day this will work, Amy. One day.
Okay!
Almost worked.
Double shaken's not a thing, so I'm gonna take an action. As you see, basically around it, this lightning sort of sparks start to coalesce to it, and you will just see as it gets brighter and brighter and brighter, and then you hear pop, and the lightning bolt's coming right at you.
And I can't do nothing because I'm shaken.
So you're gonna just take 8 damage.
I will spend another resolve to negate 5 of that.
Okay. There is no longer a jellyfish there. Your target is gone, so it just tinks off the corner of the wall.
I see. Oh, benevolent GM.
Hello.
May I ask you to do something really cool yet really overpowered?
What are you about to do?
Can I have Encore touch my spin ball? And these are just very nicely lined up.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, benevolent GM.
Yeah, it's not. There is
fear
literally
for my
nothing
life.
in your ability or the rules that says you can't do that. I can't say no. I've been waiting for it, honestly.
I can't wait for it to go through this wall and we're just here about what the fuck?
Alright, so yeah, you just want to kind of like pop, 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 pop all along the line with your spin ball and Encore?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Roll spin plus Encore.
Are you sure? It's a plus 13.
Jesus Christ!
How about regular spin?
So what you're going to see is there's a spark of electricity, and some of these bubbles of fish kind of move along and coalesce until this one in the middle is larger.
Oh.
And then as the encore ball is like flying in, this one, there is a shockwave all around it, sort of in like a 10-foot radius, just this of electricity. You're watching this, you're watching this, you're watching this, and the ball stops. What?
Huh?
What? Lucy, what? The ball stops. And before you're done processing that, it starts again and just right through the jellyfish.
I popped one.
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
I have an idea.
No idea what that
Monologue
is.
if you want to.
Yeah, I'm about to monologue. No idea what's going on there. Maybe some sort of external force, but did you see those things meld together? Can they just form larger variants of themselves?
It kinda seems like it.
Yeah, they can combine.
You are correct. They can combine. I'll drop its phantom, and I'll put it on the big guy. They currently have a bizarre field of 2.
I got a 5.
Are we blowing up a bird?
I'm blowing up a bird.
Yes, please kill the freaking penguins. Please. Oh god,
They're
please.
not dragging me. I
Seiko
wanted to get the...
Instinctually grabs the abdomen area.
Well, ain't that a bitch?
And
What, like,
Bitch.
good like 20 seconds before this entire building explodes?
Yeah,
I can
Elithor
get these
just
guys
started to
out of
hear
here
that.
before that happens.
The whistling.
Oh, great.
Elisar's been in the fold. Elisar's been in the fold this whole time. It's like,
hold on,
everyone's
hold
seen
on,
Elisar.
wait, what if some of our supplies are still around?
Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?
Listen, we got the book. We're good. We got the book. And
You
Blizz's
got
jacket,
the
we're
item,
fine.
the key item.
You know, hopefully while these jungle fucks are here, they picked up some stuff as well. I can get back behind that door just to see what's going on in that room. So I'm going to move in the fold. Oh dear. You guys have had it fucking rough.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
first and
gods.
foremost, you see Ancelor behind a wall of his own creation, cowering under his own coat as penguin after penguin just donk, donk, donk into this invisible wall relentlessly. Bliss seems to be holding a wound in his chest that is bleeding profusely and has slumped down to the floor. Val is in the corner and is not moving.
Alright, I'm crafting a bandage with my one remaining scrap.
Yeah, so if you want to flip them into the fold, it's interesting. This isn't something just in the fold, this is in general. It seems like... Okay, so you know how electricity works. It is a constant flow. Mm-hmm. Well, some of the electricity in this room, in the floor, you can actually see it through the fold. It's running backwards.
Oh, they suck!
It seems like they might suck.
First things first, getting these guys out of their sorry situation, pulling them into the fold. I'm going to immediately be crafting that bandage and going over to Bliss as well to see if I can help stop that bleeding.
All right, Bliss would look up to you as soon as he's in the fold and just go,
Elisa?
Hi. Building's about to explode. We've got to get moving.
Yeah, Corporal, is that what's going on? Fuck.
Yep, I'm sure you're familiar with the helicopter that's crashed into the side of the building. Has the fuel tanks gone off yet?
That would be where the fire came from.
Well, fire is about to get much, much worse. So
Yeah.
I'm going to open a way for us to get out. We have the convoy waiting. Eric and Tricky keeping it secure at the moment. I'm just going to try to get us out of here.
Sounds good. Thanks, Doug.
Okay. I'm also going to be trying to drop Val and Slore into the fold as well.
okay. So Val comes in, Val again, not moving. She's like frigidly cold.
All right. I'm also going to, I guess, as I'm doing all of this, like, just kind of shuffling everything around my hands, like okay, get bandages on Bliss. I'm going to get my kettle out. I'm going to start getting everyone passing around cups of boiling water as well to help reduce the frostbite a bit.
Okay. I'll let you reduce her frostbite by 2. And you're gonna hear her just go,
Oh, is it morning already? Oh, fuck,
Yes,
penguin!
that's right.
Family affair, get it!
Wait! Wait.
And then she stops and she's like,
Yeah,
wait, no, Sapinski? Oh, fuck.
It's just me. Up and at him. We've got to get out of here. Building's about to go kablooey.
You little bastards! You little bastards! Don't you dare! Don't you... Fire, what? What? Oh, wait, am I tripping? What are you doing? Oh, your head's splitting even more. Oh my god! What is this? Where are we? The fuck is going on?
I'm just gonna walk over, and as the penguins are like attacking as well, I'm just gonna wave like a flipper in front of their face.
Oh, it's you. I thought I was losing it for a second, mate. Whew. Hey, tetrodotoxin. Not fun stuff.
No, as I've experienced, no, it isn't. We've got to get you out of here. Can you do something about this whole wall? I don't think I can actually pass through this, despite being in the fall.
Give me a second. Oh, I'm feeling sick to my stomach, mate. Oh, this is rots, mate.
And he just like with his foot kind of scratches out the X.
There you go.
The penguins
I'll
just
hand him
like
a cup of
flap
water as
through
well.
and kind of like into his space. He's like,
Thanks, mate. Excuse me, you little bastards. Bless, mate.
Don't.
You alive in there? Yeah. Wall plan worked. I told you walls always work. Yeah, you would say that. Anyway, we got a bomb inbound.
Several.
Great.
Several bombs, about to blow up the entire helicopter. Everything is about to go. Fire, destruction, everything. I'm taking us through the wall. Get ready to run.
I feel like at this point we know LSR's tactics. So we know that LSR's probably trying to grab and bag and get out. So C is focusing on these ones out here because this door and this wall are blocked up, but that has never stopped LSR. He is unstoppable.
the penguin does not
Get rid
stop
of
for any
everything
door.
that could be between LSR coming out this side of the God Boy.
I'm just gonna dash up to where you are as well.
Go keep the engines warm.
I want to get to the generator and grab what I can because obviously Marine Lab is lost.
Ooh, funny idea. Hey, Tali.
Hello.
Looking at the wires themselves,
Yeah.
there's insulation on the outside, right?
Yes.
Like traditional wires? Okay, we don't see any like sparks or anything like that being drawn from these things towards it. Or I guess to them.
You would
I
not see it
say.
from here.
Okay, Encore's gonna do a funny.
Okay.
Touch both of his feet, and he's gonna leap into the air, and he's gonna grab this. He's gonna grab this wire,
All right, Taliyah.
and he's gonna go. Ooh, I wonder if it works like pinball. And Encore is going to like a rope that you lift up into the air, and it's going to thwack it down, sending the
Just sending it all the way back at him.
shockwave all the way down to knock this one off into the other ones.
This poor little guy is gonna get fricked into the wall like paste. Give me a power roll. Okay, yeah, so your reverberations are... I'm sure that this wins. Yeah, okay. Your reverberations are sent through the wires, and then there's just this twang as all of the jellyfish are launched off and splat into the wall. Basically starting to drip down it like a fine paste.
Wow, that was so cool.
Done.
That just worked. I'm impressed.
Well, of course it worked. It's me.
You take the simplest solutions and make them look so elegant.
Yeah, I'm brilliant.
Don't let it get to your head.
Oh, it's got like one of those fields, push it back like a force, like electric force, EM field. That's the thing.
Like what we did at the airfield.
Oh god, I hope LSR's okay.
You are partially correct. I'll drop its bizarre field by 1. Hey, it seems like this side of the base is okay. Whatever they are didn't get too far over here. And then you hear Eric go,
Yeah, I wouldn't be so sure.
as he, squah! Something jumps out the door, followed by a slow, lumbering
No.
form. Oh, what the heck is that?
Oh god. I wouldn't go too far. LSR normally has some sort of plan. I feel like we should at least get something from him before we actually start barging in. Or if we don't hear anything, that's
Yeah,
worse.
Trix, let's get back away from whatever that monstrosity is.
Not the one that's full of poison?
Trototoxin. Real fun.
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, let's get away from that one.
Tricky, Eric, cover me.
Well, we'll do our best.
Hey, are you crazy, girl? What about the poison?
This is important.
Fucking figures. Okay.
Not more important than your life, you fucking gay.
Just stay back, Trix. Okay,
All right,
do it quickly. Whatever you're doing, do it quickly.
Quickly salvage anything useful from this generator that I can.
Okay. If Flipper is going to come flying, Eric is going to deflect it. Give me a salvage roll. You can get in this very quick, very tense moment is 2 scrap.
I rip out the control box and grab one of the coils. This is gonna have to do. Okay, fall back.
They're coming. You little fucking nasty freak.
He's gonna kick this one. It slides, it cracks, it takes 4, and then Eric just points at it.
Yeah, kick off.
And then there is a boom. Larry, roll me bombs. Okay.
For the, they're not gonna try to electromagnetize the bomb.
What are they going to do? This is a bomb. There's
I
nothing
would
they
think
can
it would
do.
work.
I mean, that seems about right. All of the jellyfish are just basically fried.
General war crime.
Now there is just a crackling inferno.
Yeah, he blew up his penguins pretty
Splash,
good.
splash, splash, splash. Scatter into the water. The ones that had already been coming this way hop up onto the shore and take a step forward. They're not getting very far, though.
As I said before, go back to your damn hole in the fucking ocean and stay there and rot.
Something is landing on the pier.
Oh boy, he's coming closer.
Yeah, its wings spreading far wide. You see 5 separate glowing, circling pearls just kind of floating under its wings. And it's as big as the end of the pier. This thing's massive.
Oh, do you want your turn? I'll cover you guys. Everyone get to the convoy.
We don't know if LSR's gotten them yet.
Everyone, keep moving towards the convoy to the south. I'm going to be popping out of the fold real quick to go onto the communicators, let everyone know our status. But we're just going to be getting out of here, getting everyone back to base as fast as we possibly can.
Bliss and Ansler are both basically supporting each other, holding each other up by the shoulders.
How's Val doing?
Hobbling.
Moving with spite.
All right, yeah, I'll help Val to pop out of the fold real quick onto the communicators.
Okay.
All right, everyone, here's the deal. I found them all, and I am currently getting them out back towards the convoy in the fold. Corporal, if you would like to meet us there, I believe they've gotten the toxin from these penguins in their system. If we can do a purge on all 3, well, scratch that, on just the 2 of them. I believe Ancelor could probably figure out his own deal. But I believe that we should just go.
You would hear Billy's voice come on. That's really good to hear, Lissar. I've noticed something about the jellyfish dotting the base. I think you all should be very careful how close you get to them. Similar spatial distortions to what happens with the Emperors occur every time they let off a static shock. So...
Oh dear.
this situation could very easily escalate.
Understood.
I'll cover you as best I can. Get everyone into the convoy and get it moving.
All right, I'll go back to the fold at this point and help.
I'm spending a Bizarre Field point.
Val. Oh.
Hey, Larry. Are you ready to get 5 pearls coming at your head?
Yeah, I kind of figured that was happening.
Yeah, so what are you doing as they come screeching in from 5 different angles, curving?
Could I have Act 3 pick me up and throw me
Yeah,
out of the way?
Act 3 comes over to Larry like, oh, yo, dude, I got this, picks up Larry. Both of them get hit.
We're gonna be picking up pieces of them for days.
You're gonna take 10, Larry. And right down Act 3's middle of its helmet just splits down in half.
That!
three, not even, oh, I've got you, just puts his arm over his shoulder like, I've got this, and then explodes.
Beat in the head! It is going to fly, skating along the sky this way. Perch on the edge of the shed.
Alright, we're retreating, I guess.
Yeah, like, hit and run, I guess. Don't honestly blame you guys. I don't want to deal with this either.
Larry, are you? Oh god.
Fucker, I'm out of time.
Alright, I'll drive this time.
Pop everyone out of the fold, including myself,
Okay.
to back up Larry.
And then there is just this.
Keep the convoy from getting hit.
That's the
not-
idea.
No, they rolled well.
Yeah, they're actually fine for now. Crawl their way through the fire and the flames. Yeah, dashing.
The penguins, they're dashing.
As for the jellyfish, yeah, they all pop. And this
The
one.
old fires go out, the new fires pop up because we're animals.
Lucy's gonna jump into the driver's seat, and the siblings are gonna jump on top of the car in case they're needed for their abilities.
Okay, these guys are immediately gonna load themselves on. Ansel are basically pulling Bliss up, Bliss slowly climbing in, and Val takes a second to take a big breather on the wheel before she gets in. So she is momentarily outside.
I'm gonna shoot the nearest penguin.
Okay, give me a roll.
Corporal, I suggest you pick yourself up and start moving back towards us.
Yeah, I'm already wielding my arm with the other arm. It's fucking weird. You're telling me you've experienced this before. I'm holding a sword arm with another arm.
Just look at the bright side. You'll get some extra reach with that.
If it
Hey,
wasn't
you
so
know you're
horrifying, it'd be
not
so
wrong.
Eric and Tricky are gonna help Val into the convoy, pushing them up, and then just like Tricky's gonna sit here and let Val basically rest on her lap.
Lucy, beep beep.
Yeah, we're moving.
Yeah, so hey, guess what? There's a bird chasing you.
Yep.
Larry, in its main primary beak, the ball spins faster, and it's going to whip it at you.
Which direction is that ball spinning, Lucifer? Can you tell from here?
It's counterclockwise. It's the same as mine.
Alright, I'm going to get ready to block using visions from the counterclockwise angle.
You open a barrier into the fifth, and yet again, absorb the pearl in. Man, it seems like this thing's getting real tired of your bullshit. It lets out a screech.
Oh, it's bad now.
I do. It's gonna resolve rush.
Oh.
As it gets here, right above you, spreads its wings, 5 pearls materialize, and it flings them at the ground.
It's gonna split the ground. I'm just gonna split the ground. You know those fishing cages that I made on the way here? Well, those are cube-shaped. And if I know anything, I know my cubes and their true nature.
Oh my god.
I was thinking about unfolding the entirety of the cage out into a huge, cage mesh and placing it down underneath the convoy so that when an inevitable chasm opens up in the ground, it's gonna be like a sturdy thing it can actually stay on rather than falling and getting stuck.
That's awesome. You're
So I'm
gonna
gonna
roll
be going
against
back.
the
I'm gonna be
universe
placing it underneath the tires.
rather than the actual bird. So can you give me a precision roll plus the modifier of those cages?
Yep, I think it's a +3 because they're tier 6.
Yeah, it's plus
Yeah.
Much safer than
Yeah.
my idea.
Okay.
safer than my idea.
I wanted you to Haman strike those balls before they were thrown.
Just like
Okay.
that.
So a cage appears here, and with a ripple,
I'll counter rush baseball bat them back at it. Are we playing volleyball now? Watch out for the spike!
oh my god! Okay, as one gets in, there's a in the ground as the ground starts to split. The entire convoy shakes and turns, but there's a creak of metal as Elisar's mesh supports it, and Act 3 coming in with the sword like a baseball bat cracks the last 4 back at it. One hits the face, boom, splattering. One hits the wing, boom, shattering. One hits the fucking center of the chest, and fragments of ice fly all over. It takes 18 points of damage.
Now's a good chance for a monologue as well.
I hate that I'm gonna have to go through that stupid, painful process of removing this damn pearl stuck inside me again. That's my monologue.
The monologue is what exactly?
The pearl gets stuck inside you,
after it hits you when it divides you.
Ah,
Because technically we haven't monologued that.
yeah, you're correct.
Hey everyone! Real quick, as you're getting out of here, Scouters picked up more data on this frostbitten. It's, it, in and of itself, isn't very strong, but its power lies in how it uses its environment. It has a direct synergy with defended lands, as we've noticed that it can draw out the neurotoxin present within them. Another thing I've noticed is that those pearls it's throwing at you, while it can manifest up to 5 at once, it can only have 5 of its effect active at a single time. Do you see that? And then you all see down as the ground is kind of sealing back up again. It tried to open a rift there, but, it hit its limit.
As the heads are like thrashing back and forth.
Seems like even it wasn't completely aware of the limitations of its own power. Kinda sad. Anyway, Frostbitten class Blizzard. Designation, the Moses Twist.
I'm the shepherd of these letters, watch them dance with my essence. Weightless in
That's
space
a
with a
great name.
Do you like to get down? Hell yeah. I'll be twisting every
I've got a
time I
question.
hit
Does it
town.
count the defended Atlantis ones as being part of the number counted, or is it just like landscape
That just counts as
changes?
one.
Okay.
It's a fun little synergy it has. It's very it's better at working with defended lands than anything else.
That's great. I love this thing.
The
got
other thing
planet.
I've noticed about it, it's got very territorial defense patterns. I think it might have gotten really upset at the military helicopter flying overhead to try and drop off that supply drop. It's definitely what shot it down. So I think if you guys leave it alone, it'll leave you alone.
Actually, I think we pissed it up the fuck off already.
That is very fair.
Like a goose chasing us.
Yeah,
with a
no,
grudge.
actually though. It is like a goose with a grudge.
Goose, you should.
It's stuck inside.
Time to get in. Time to go. Get in
Larry,
the back.
as much as you want to be a one-man army, and like you're very cool at that at all, Tricky yells out, please, let's get the fuck out!
Lucy,
Get in the back. Go.
You start to fly away. One more pearl manifests kind of in one of its beaks, spinning, and this glowing red, sort of emanating color just watches you as you drive off into the distance. It doesn't make any effort to follow you.
So, what happened to your buggy?
It's a long story, man. Basically covered in snow and fucked. It's still up there. We can go get it, but, Ancelor drove it into a ditch. I did not!
Tangled.
This entire time, I want to tell you guys this. I've been rolling for Ancelor to try and get the communicators working again.
Every single time?
He's failed every single time.
Every
The
single
dude's been
time.
trying to contact you every session.
That's
Poor
Jared.
guy.
He's just failed. I was gonna start this
no.
session with him contacting Larry, but again, he failed the roll, and I was just like, well, okay.
I'm glad we made it in time.
They were about to die.
I can't believe that they're gonna be at fucking 1 to 5 HP. Fucking.
Yeah,
during
for a
this
4-star raid,
4-star.
that's gonna be fun.
We'll just put them in the basement. They can help bolt defend the basement.
I have one bolt of love.
It'll be fine. Yeah, you know what? You're right. We probably want both this one.
Those penguins are nasty.
Hold on, let me just do some Amon healing for the Detrototox. Let's see if I can flush it out.
Yeah, so not to throw you out of the frying pan into the fire, but we have a 4-star that we're gonna be arriving back at.
Oh, great, wonderful. I'll just throw my hands up with the white flag for the frostbitten to say, "Come, take me away."
No.
Okay. It was rhetoric, dear. Rhetoric.
You're valiant.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Detrototox
Oh, that feels a lot better.
Can't
Hey, Millie,
exactly do
Millie,
it.
do you read?
Ancelor.
Yeah, I hear you.
Ancelor and Bliss is secure. We have Val as well.
I know,
Marine Lab
I
is
saw-
lost.
I'm very happy. Thank you.
Looks like the supply drop crashed and the marine lab is basically lost, but I grabbed some components from the generator to try to fix you up.
Wait, but that means they hurt us.
Yeah, they hurt us.
I don't know if I've got to be the one to say this, mate. I don't think we're getting a signal up at the marine lab anytime soon. I think that's penguin territory.
Yeah.
God, I hate those things.
Hey, little freaks! They tried to bite my ear off!
We can always search for someplace else to set up along the coastline.
I'm not against moving somewhere further along the upper shelf. I think away from the marine lab would be in our best interest.
Surely with the crash and the rift up there and everything, their attention will be more around that peninsula. Maybe we can find somewhere else.
Hold on, that was supposed to be the supply drop, yeah?
Yes, and you blew it up.
You think the ammunition's gonna cook off anytime soon, or do you think it already has?
Yes.
Yes.
All of us look at Larry. Yes.
Yes! Larry just realizing what happened!
I was just really hoping Tali was gonna be, and then the marine lab entirely explodes. It is gone.
That would be a great time for there to just be a boom in the distance.
Well,
I did
that
ask
was
for
food as
several
well.
hundred rounds of ammunition.
Let me get this straight. The supply drop crashed into the marine lab. None of you three were able to contact us because what? Electric jellyfish might. They shocked our communicators. Right, of course, electric jellyfish, like normal jellyfish. But yeah, I thought the specification mattered. And of course, the one possible way of communication to the outside world is fucked.
Oh, also Millie got her body ripped apart by a frostbitten.
To what?
She's okay.
I'm here, Dad.
She got better.
Oh my goodness, so much happened.
Fun fact, it was another one of yours, Bliss.
Don't worry them so much. They need to be taking this convoy trip back to the base to rest. And regain a bit of strength before tonight. Yes.
As you travel back along the way, the sun begins to crest below the horizon.
Ah, lovely.
Alright, you guys.
We will come back on night 10.
I'm gonna have a fucking Joker moment with this group one of these days. Oh my god, today was just...
You're gonna have a Joker moment. Larry's probably gonna end up killing Drew.
You blew up the supplies! That was like the silver lining. That was like,
We can all take turns with the Joker moment.
Okay.
Take turns.
Duncan
be
is having
realistic-
an aneurysm today with Larry and Seiko and Bliss.
It's like when I was never actually ever there in character to stop any of you guys. Any of that stuff.
Ain't that the kicker?
Here's the thing. When I think military airdrop, I think it comes in on large plane on parachute, not someone comes in and drops it off like off the side of a fucking helicopter.
Listen, to be fair, judging from the way the crash was laid out, and the knowledge that the fuel tanks had indeed exploded, if there's any ammunition in the supply drop, it already cooked
So,
off.
this is something I want to tell you guys that you would know in universe.
2 months of food.
And I was gonna tell you at some point. This is the future. That was an unmanned drone, basically. That is a lot more standard in this era. Yes.
That's what I figured it was. I didn't think it was an
one.
actual...
It looked like a helicopter because that's the best asset I had, and they're basically like helicopters. Essentially, the military will use them for dangerous missions, such as this sort of thing. Larry would know this. I just didn't have a time to mention it because things got kind of crazy.
It's okay. I assumed it was unmanned. Just because
I was
of
actually
the
about to be like,
situation.
hold on, how long is it going to take Larry to realize that one of his buddies was probably in that?
Believe me, I thought about having a guy radio in and be like, we're in the way, and then a crash happens.
I thought that's what the Lucky One tendrils were, was it was the pilot.
Oh, that's what I wanted you to think that was.
Oh, glorious. It's something else. That's even worse.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
So was it actually like Lucky One tendrils that we were able to identify, or was it just a goop? For clarification's sake.
For clarification's sake, those were just kind of a goop.
Just a goop?
Just a goop.
Yeah, because that acid has also been used in the basement.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
It was not specifically the lucky one.
It is. That acid's often used when ambiguous red goop is a thing.
There's a lot of ambiguous red goop in this game, as it happens.
I like that as the tagline. Learn Mortality, full of ambiguous red goop.
Honestly.
So let's drop some artwork. There was some very simple artworks today.
Oh yeah.
Just two. Each.
Show fish.
I fucking love this one. This is my favorite fish.
I've been a fan of these
this
fish.
one. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that.
That is pretty cool.
Very well done.
It suck.
It sucks.
It sucks.
Just LSR. Oh my god, it sucks.
Just up there, just like.
Oh, and we finally got the Moses twist dropped. Yay! Yippee! This territorial
Finally.
motherfucker.
The Moses twist. I can't believe it.
Everyone making
It's
Moses
very
jokes was killing me. Because yes, that was incredibly intentional. I thought, what if I made Moses an antagonist? Saw the Bliss and Issa song called the Moses
now,
Twist.
I never noticed this thing has like a Xana eye on it.
Yeah.
It's funky.
That is its eyeball, by the way.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
that's what I figured.
that's what I was guessing. I was like, yeah, that's its eyeball,
And
actually.
it is all twist up and bent.
Does Goose not have an eye?
Goose is missing an eye.
So that's what was happening. It's planting the ball in you.
Bruh. That is a stretch that I would subscribe to as being correct. I don't think so, but I would not be upset with that.
Why don't you
It
think
changes
so?
your emotion from fear to fear.
You can change your emotion to split.
Instead of
too.
stabilizing and making you express an emotion,
I
it
just can't
unstabilizes
get
you and
over
rips you
how
apart.
everyone was like, oh yeah, what type of creature is that? It's kind of like a goose, and then no one thought about it beyond that.
Alright.
That's
You
the
got
we're
it.
saying it's kind of like a goose. We're saying it was a fucking turkey.
Yeah.
The frostbitten are people. The frostbitten are people.
The frostbitten are people.
It's a little bit of an uh-oh, a little bit of an oopsie-daisy. So, next time, we'll deal with the consequences of the randomly generated encounter system as the good doctor comes to the base. So, get ready for that.
Glorious.
We're going to be preparing a very special party for our good doctor friend.
Oh fuck, I'm still gonna be split in half, aren't I?
I will let you heal that
Unless
at
we
the
can figure
start of
something
next
out.
session, if you want. But, yeah, otherwise you're gonna have to take the damage.
Yeah, game theory. No one's mentioned how odd it is that the biomass below Eso-Tiller continues living, even though that when Millie uses extension of view, a person is most definitely dead at that point. Or dying.
They have
The point
no soul and
is-
they must scream.
The point is, the body that's taken back to the pit is definitely dead. What is below Eso-Tiller that's bringing these things back to life? Is it
There's
extension
that.
of view, or is it something else? It's been bugging me this whole time.
See, I think it is something else that Millie actually either has something but doesn't know about, or
It's-
something that she hasn't told us yet.
Something to do with Eso-Tiller. Eso-Tiller is important to this whole equation somehow.
But on the flip
Yeah,
side
otherwise
of
you
that,
could
we know that they took pieces of bliss.
Yes.
And if that translates over to the rage or the glee and the mad as hell, that means that it's still technically a piece of him that's still alive out there.
Mhm.
So it might be something actually larger than Eso-Tiller itself.
Or it begins at Eso-Tiller and it
Yeah.
becomes part of this flesh that's in this pit and can get carried beyond it, like we saw with the beginning.
Yep.
Huh. What happened with the beginning anyway? The dish.
We exploded it.
I know, we exploded it, but what do you theorize? How did the beginning actually come to be?
I think that Grandmama was taken and then turned into putty and molded.
But around a dish?
Yes.
Or like a radio transmitter like that?
I think it was a base of operation and the dish and whatnot was added later.
Like a virus, but not the virus that we have in the bucket, but like a different virus?
Oh, I'm definitely thinking there's more than one of those.
Yeah, me too.